He stayed long enough to see what could not be undone. This is a short fiction piece. He picked up the remote and turned on the television, not really caring what was on. From the kitchen came the familiar sounds, plates clanking, drawers closing harder than necessary, a low stream of murmured frustration. He didn't look up. Everything seemed to land heavier than it needed to. He used to love her easily. That's what struck him sometimes. The memory of it. Not dramatic, just simple. The way she would come up behind him, arms around his shoulders, warm, unguarded and without hesitation. Now they lived in the same space, carefully avoiding each other. Some days he couldn't bear it. The moods, the edge in her voice, the cutting words that stayed with him longer than they should. "There's never anything to watch," he said to no one in particular, already standing. He walked to his office and closed the door behind him. His retreat, the one place that was his own. He let out a long breath. Another day done. There was always that quiet sense of relief at the end of each day, as if time passing itself was something to be grateful for. His finished script lay open on the desk. He knew it was perfect. He had delivered exactly what was needed. It gave him some certainty that something in his life instilled a sense of pride. A memory surfaced unprompted. Years earlier, a producer had said to him, almost casually, "You have a real knack for showing how a character creates his own problems." He had taken that seriously. It had shaped everything he wrote from that point on. His thoughts drifted, as they often did, back to his wife. Why can't she see it, he thought. Why doesn't she understand what she does and the problems that she has caused? He sat with the thought for a moment. And then something shifted, a thought that opened quietly but completely. What if it's me? He didn't move. What if I've been creating this all along? The thought didn't feel like blame. It felt precise. He could see it then. How often he left things unresolved, how quickly he withdrew instead of responding, and how easily he removed himself and called it calm. He had not been a victim of it. He had been part of it. The realization settled into place, steady and unmoving. Over the next days, something in him changed. He paid attention to himself, to the small moments where he would usually step away, and to the ease of which he avoided engaging at all. So he stayed. He responded, not sharply, not defensively, just clearly. He softened his tone, he noticed her. He offered things that hadn't been there before. At first it felt deliberate, then it began to feel natural. There was a lightness to it, a sense that something could still be restored. Over time it became part of him. He was more present, more open, more engaged than he had been in years. He gave more than he ever had before. He felt, in a quiet way, that he had returned to himself. It was after dinner one evening when he saw it. He stood at the sink, washing up, staying there intentionally rather than leaving, wanting to be part of the moment. The plates were louder than they needed to be, a sharpness in her movements, words muttered under her breath. He paused, not reacting, just observing, and then it became clear. She didn't want him there. The recognition came without resistance. He hadn't missed it before. He simply hadn't been in a position to see it. He had changed fully, deliberately, and still nothing essential had shifted. He stood there, hands still, the water running quietly. It became unmistakable. He could change himself, but he could not change this. He turned off the tap and dried his hands slowly. There was no anger in it, no urgency, just a clear understanding of where he was standing. He had not failed to change the outcome. He had simply arrived at the truth of it. And he was there alone.